la 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 la. You will surely overcome, so don't give up on the cause. Regardless of the cost. 40+ woman, you're made for more. You're more than these. Never you give in. 40+ woman, you're made for more. You're more than these. No, no, don't you quit. La la la, la la la. La 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 la. Your life is beautiful. Of the strength of an dreadnought, I rise and shine a light. Without the darkness, the world can see you like you are a champion. That's who you are, 40+ woman. You can surely change your world. 40+ woman, you're made for more. You're more than these. Have you given? 40+ woman, you're made for more. You're more than these. No, no, don't you quit. La la la, la la la. La 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 la. 40+ woman, you're made for more. You're more than these. Never you give in. 40+ woman, you're made for more. You're more than these. No, no, don't you quit. La la la, la la la. La 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 la. La la la. Your life is beautiful. Of the strength of our own dreadnought, I rise and shine a light. Without the darkness, the world can see you like you are a champion. That's who you are, 40+ woman. You can surely change your world. 40+ woman, you're made for more. You're more than these. Have you given? 40+ woman, you're made for more. You're more than these. No, don't you quit. La la la, la la la. La 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 la. 40+ woman, you're made for more. You're more than these. Never you give in. 40+ woman, you're made for more. You're more than these. No, no, don't you quit. La la la, la la la. La 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 la. 40+ woman, you're made for more. You're more than these. No, no, don't you quit. La la la, la la la. La 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 la. more, you're more than these. No, no, don't you quit. La la la, la la la. La 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 la, la la la, la la la.
Yes, welcome to the 40 Plus Woman. I welcome you all this evening to our broadcast today on the 40 Plus Woman. And it is my pleasure to be here this evening with a very, very important topic today on the 40 Plus Woman. First, I need to ask every woman out there, how are you doing? How are you doing, every woman out there on the 40 Plus Woman Network? And even if you're not 40, if you're a woman, I'm saying a big hello to you. The 40 Plus Woman is a platform that we have had on for going to 2 years now, about 2 years. And yes, somebody is telling me on Instagram, we are fine. We are fine. Yes, I'm glad to hear that. And for all those who are joining us on different platforms, I welcome you all this evening to the 40 Plus Woman with Busola Jegede. My name is Busola Jegede for those who are just joining. And the 40 Plus Woman is the unique platform where we engage in conversations that have to do with the woman and the things she needs to pay attention to, even as she's growing older. There are so many things that women take for granted, so many things we take for granted, and this program is to make us pay attention to those things so that you and I will be effective managers of our lives. So I'm just going to be sure that, yes, we're on the platform of the 40 Plus Woman in the group. We're on the page of the 40 Plus Woman, both on Facebook. Yes, and we're on Busola Jegede on Instagram and on all our Facebook platforms. So I welcome you all this evening. Now we have a wonderful topic we're talking about today. So if you haven't joined the group, I want to encourage you to join the Facebook group, because beyond what we are going to talk about today, you're going to find some other interesting topics that we have been sharing on the 40 Plus Woman group. Very interesting topics about the 40 Plus Woman and her emotions, the 40 Plus Woman and different things. You know, we share case studies on dealing with issues about children, about marriage, those things that happen to us as women. And, you know, we're all discovering and we're helping one another, sharing opinions. And many women are being blessed. So you need to go to Facebook, search for the 40 Plus Woman. There is a page and there is a group. Like the page, and you can join the group. You can join the group. So, oh, I see. Okay. God bless you. Okay, it's joining us from America. It is well with you. Okay, in the name of Jesus. I see properties. I see Sazoba, Mary Akintude. They're all joining on Instagram, and we have so many people also on Facebook. We're just waiting to up our numbers so that we can see all those who are with us on Facebook, on our page. I want to encourage you, please share this to your group, share this to your group, share this to your WhatsApp group. Somebody needs to hear what we are talking about. Is beneficial. This is good information. So today I have a wonderful guest on the show. She is someone who I have known for a few number of years, but known intently, a very passionate woman. And she has a passion which she's coming to discuss with us today. She's going to tell us all about what that passion is. And it's definitely and certainly has to do with the subject matter of today. Today, we're talking about prevention and effective management of diabetes for the 40+ woman. You know, a lot of people eat a lot of things. When we're younger, we we throw caution into the wind, but as we grow older, we have to be intentional, and she's somebody who has walked that path. So it is my pleasure to introduce to us a wonderful woman called Mrs. Joy Ihilby. All the way, she's joining us all the way from Aberdeen in Scotland. So, Mrs. Ihilby, you're welcome. Joy Ihilby, you're welcome to the 40+ woman.
Thank you very much, Apostle Busara Jegede. It's really amazing to be on this platform with you this evening, and a warm welcome to everybody who is joining us for this discussion. I'm glad to be here.
Okay, so let's just keep it rolling. Now, I want we're going to entertain questions. I know many people have questions, and I want our media support to help me harvest the questions on the different platforms, and they can send it so that I can see the questions when we get to Q&A. Now, Joy Ihilby, could you just introduce yourself and your journey with diabetes? What is it? What's the message you have for us? What's your involvement with diabetes that you want to share with us?
Thank you very much, Apostle. Like you've said, my name is Joy Ihilby, and I'm a wife and a mother of 4 adults. I am an environmental and occupational health and safety management professional. But 7 years ago, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. My journey with diabetes didn't start at my diagnosis. It started right from my history. I've had long history in my family and ugly steps of type 2 diabetes, which I lived through from my youth up until my diagnosis. So that's a huge story for another day. I am a diabetes mentor, but the all important thing since my diagnosis is that for the 7 years that I have been diagnosed, I am not on medication. So I have managed my condition based on lifestyle changes. And I have been able, by the grace of God, to reverse my condition, my diagnosis. Every 6 months, I'm placed on thorough review, diabetes review, and my doctor still says to me, you do not need medication for 7 years. And so that has caused this passion to grow to what it is, that I can keep it to myself. And I want to share with people. I want to help people overcome their challenges, not only with diabetes, with every health challenge that people are going through out there. So I am a diabetes mentor, a lifestyle and wellness coach. I run group or online lifestyle, healthy lifestyle club called Embrace Your Health. I also run a platform, a free platform, online free platform called wellness platform called Diabetes Know and Tell, because I just want to tell. So helping people is my passion so that we all can live healthy, especially the 40+ woman, because we've sown a lot and it's time for us to reap from our sowing. I also am a wellness entrepreneur in the readiness to bring healthy products right to your doorstep. Moving it a little bit away from health and well-being, I am a motivational speaker and a conference speaker on any topic, especially health and well-being. And above that, I am a writer. I love to write. I write in magazines and in newspapers here in the UK, and I love to do that. So I am an award-winning Diabetes UK volunteer. I started volunteering with them before I was diagnosed, and I have been there, a fundraiser for Diabetes UK, and I'm glad that doing that, I'm able to impact lives in ways that I cannot imagine, and it makes me glad. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Wow, that is so impressive. That is so impressive. Thank you so much. So we are in the right hands to learn so much from your wealth of experience concerning diabetes. So tell us, what is diabetes? What is diabetes?
Yeah, diabetes. It's a common word. People hear about diabetes so many times in a day. And most of us use the word diabetes, but not too many of the people that use the word know what diabetes actually means. They know it's a health condition. But now, in a few minutes, let's see what and hear what diabetes is. Diabetes is a lifelong, as they say, disease. It is a chronic disease. That means you live with it for a long, long time. And is a health condition that does not allow the body to regulate blood sugar. So the sugar in the body, it's always high, if I may put it in the layman's language. So your body is not able to regulate blood sugar, and your blood sugar is high. This is because every food that we eat, if I took an apple right now, and if I ate an apple, this apple will digest, be absorbed and assimilated into my blood system, and it converts to glucose. Why? Because our body needs glucose for energy. As I'm talking, I'm using energy for our day-to-day activity. That's how God has made it, and that's why we eat. So even when you're sleeping, you're using energy. So the pancreas secretes a hormone that is called insulin, and that insulin helps the blood to break down and regulate the blood sugar for these body cells to receive it as energy. So, but when you're diabetic, it's either your pancreas is not making any insulin, as in type 1 diabetes, or your pancreas is not making enough insulin. And again, or your pancreas is making insulin, but there are insulin resistance called insulin inhibitors. And we will talk about that. So those insulin inhibitors do not allow your cells to get rich, to get access to the glucose and convert them to energy for your body to use. So it's stored in your blood, and that can be dangerous. That's what is called diabetes.
Diabetes. Wow, thank you so much. You mentioned you were diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. So could you just differentiate between type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes?
Thank you very much. I love that question. Type 1 diabetes is one you can't prevent. Today we're talking about prevention of diabetes. Unfortunately, you cannot prevent type 1 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is one that the pancreas there's a defect with the pancreas. The pancreas cannot make insulin at all.
Okay.
So, and most people are diagnosed with type 1 diabetes from youth, from childhood. Some people are 1 year old and they are diabetic, and it's type 1. So they live with it for life. So the only way you can manage for now, except research takes us beyond this, the only way you can manage that for now is that the person has to be on insulin, artificial insulin, all through their life. So that's type 1. So that's very different from type 2 diabetes.
Okay.
Type 2 diabetes is the most common one, and is the one where with age or lifestyle or some other predisposing factors, you become diagnosed with that. And you can manage it, and with lifestyle or other things, with medication or sometimes with insulin. But what happens in type 2 is that your pancreas is making insulin, but it's not enough.
But it's not enough, okay.
Or it's making insulin and you have those inhibitors, insulin resistant factors or insulin inhibitors in your body, which will not allow your cells to reach, get across to the glucose and make use of them. So it's stored in your blood. So that's the type 2. So there is another one that is called gestational diabetes. Gestational diabetes is where you are not diabetic, your mom is not diabetic, nobody is diabetic in your family, you're just pregnant. And during pregnancy, you notice that your blood sugar is high and refuses to come down. So that's what is called gestational diabetes. And once the person gives birth to her baby, the blood sugar normalizes. But it's a trigger factor for being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. It's one of the risk factors.
Later on in life.
Later on, along the way later, yeah. So you've got to watch it.
Wow, great. Thank you so much. So you've told us now that type 1 diabetes means the natural process for production of insulin in the pancreas, right?
Yeah, beta cells in the pancreas.
Yeah, the pancreas when the pancreas fails totally and cannot produce insulin, that is type 1 diabetes. And some people are born with it. And some people, maybe from youth, they may have it. But type 2 diabetes means that the insulin produced is not enough, or there are inhibiting factors that limit it. And so does it mean type 2 can progress to type 1?
No, they are completely different.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't mean that if somebody has type 2 and does not care for that particular ailment, it can worsen and become type 1.
It cannot become type 1, but diabetes is a progressive disease. That's why it's very dangerous. It's a progressive disease, and there is no cure for it so far. It's a lifelong disease. So if it's not properly managed, there are what they call complications of diabetes. You begin to develop stroke, heart disease, blindness, amputation of the leg, kidney failure. My mother died of kidney failure.
Wow.
Due to long term of diabetes and mismanagement sometimes and all that. She lived for 30 years and above with type 2 diabetes, but she died of kidney failure.
Wow.
You see, so there are complications that come along the way if you don't manage it properly. You can't. The only way is to manage it well or to manage it well. That's the only way.
Okay, wow. So that brings us now to what I'll call, what are the risk factors? What are the risk factors for people who have diabetes? Is it everybody that knows that they have diabetes? Or rather, what are the symptoms and then the risk factors? What are the signs that are indicators that somebody may have diabetes type 1 or type 2? And what are the risk factors? So let's take both.
Good. I would want to talk about the risk factors first of all.
Okay.
The risk factors are part of what some of them we as individuals can deal with them. Some of them, there's nothing they're outside our control, So, and that's why I have this little pamphlet here. It's a major topic with Diabetes UK, and we give out these pamphlets for free. Risk factors of type 2 diabetes.
Is it online? Is it something we can share online? Do you have
we can share it? Yeah, I will. Okay, I will put that. I will send it to you so we can put it on the 40+ Facebook group. Everything about the risk factors of type 2 diabetes. So type 1 diabetes does not have risk factors because if you're born with it, you're born with it. Okay. If you have your pancreas is defect. But for you and I who do not have, we thank God, do not have that problem of not having a working pancreas. There are certain things that if we find happening in our lives, it's a a sign that if you don't deal with them early enough, you will soon become diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And that's what we call risk factors of diabetes. So I'll quickly mention them. One is overweight.
Okay, overweight.
Yeah. So if your BMI as a woman is above 25, body mass index. So that is, we calculate body mass index based on your weight and your height, and sometimes they input your activity, how active you are. So if your body mass index is above 25, and for men above 27, when I was diagnosed, my body mass index was 35.
Wow.
So I ticked that. Wrongly so. I ticked that predisposing factor, and that's not good. So if you are overweight, that's a factor. That's a very huge one. That most people who are overweight have 80% chance of being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes along the line than people who are not overweight.
Okay.
Number two is if it runs in your family. Like myself, it's always been there in my family history. My mom had it, and my uncles, my aunties, cousins, and all that. So that's a predisposing factor. That's a warning sign to me that I could be diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Number three is your race. Sometimes you have control. You have control with, to help yourself with weight. You can't control where you come from. So the African race, African Black race, Caribbean, South Asian, Indians are 4 times or even more likely to be diagnosed with type 2 diabetes than the Caucasians.
Why is that?
Now research is trying to find out why, but I will say from the top of my head that it goes back to our, diabetes is a lifestyle disease, to our lifestyle, what you eat.
Okay, our diet.
Just give it a second thought on how our diet is in Africa. We are rich with all kinds of food, but it's mainly carbohydrate laden. It's very fatty, not a lot of fiber. And we love our spices and salt and everything. So it's all, I think, if you ask me, that our lifestyle has a lot to do with it. And then number 4, we talked about your race, that you don't have control over, but the ones you have control over them, then we have to do something about that. So it's another predisposing factor is inactivity.
Sedentary lifestyle.
Sedentary, you took the word from my mouth, also, that is it. If you live a sedentary lifestyle, that's a predisposing factor. So you are more likely to be diagnosed with type 2 diabetes than somebody who is up and about. The person who is up and about is always using their blood sugar for the activities, converting it to energy and using it up. It's not storing in their body. But if you sit down all the time and you just barely move, you're storing your blood sugar. Unhealthy living, unhealthy eating, it's a predisposing factor. If I eat so much, and I accumulate so much sugar in my system, and I'm only able to use 10%, 20, 30% of what I've eaten, the other 50% is stored. And then I do that breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, on and on and on and on in my life. And the accumulation of sugar breaks out one day to that diagnosis.
Wow.
So, and then another predisposing factor is if you have had gestational diabetes, which we earlier mentioned. Again, if you have other health conditions. You see where my passion comes from. Because they are all intertwined. They are a league of evil. You talk about diabetes is connected to heart disease, is connected to hypertension, is connected to stroke, is connected to kidney failure. So if you have other health conditions, is a predisposing factor that the person becomes diabetic. Or if you are diabetic, is a predisposing factor that you become, hypertensive or now have heart disease. So if you already have, which is a bad enough situation, you already have a health condition, then you have to push it and push it. Make sure you're living right so that other health conditions do not add on, because they all like to they are friendly evils.
Honestly.
In my note, I wrote,
they follow each other.
Yeah, they are friendly evils. They attract each other and connect themselves to one another, and they make you your playground. You do not allow yourself to be their playground where they pest themselves on. You can change that now. You can, by your lifestyle, you can.
Okay.
So,
wow.
yeah.
So what are the symptoms of diabetes?
That's right. Thank you. I almost forgot that. Okay. Symptoms of diabetes is frequent urination. Most of us know that because when somebody urinates a lot, you say, go and check yourself for diabetes. So the urinary system is wanting to remove the glucose by all means. And if you check that urine, you find out that there's sugar in that urine. If they test it, the first time that when my mom was going through all that she was going through in those days, the first thing they would do is to use something and dip into the urine. If it's some color, they know there is sugar in that urine. So the bladder is trying to get off the high sugar that is in the blood, and the person is always going to wee. So frequent urination, and then loss of weight, unexplained loss of weight. For some people is actually, they begin to add weight. But mostly is unexplained. You're not trying to lose weight, but you're just losing weight. You're just losing weight. Please go and find out what is causing that. There is extreme hunger. Extreme hunger in the sense that you've eaten, the food is digested, is turned to glucose, and the body cannot access that glucose to use it for what it wants to use it for. And so your body is saying, I'm lacking, I can't reach glucose for energy. So you go and eat more so I can get it. And you want to eat, you want to eat, and you want to eat. And the more you eat, the more the blood sugar is being built up. Again, another symptom is fatigue, extreme fatigue. Why are you fatigued? You've just finished eating, and the food is digested, and it's turned to sugar, which is good. That's the natural thing. But your cells cannot access that sugar. It can't be turned to energy. It's just in your blood. And your body is needing energy to do the activities you want to do, but it can't reach it. So you are tired. You are very tired. So you're always fatigued. So when you see these symptoms, it's important that you go to your doctor, you go check out, why am I urinating this much? Why am I losing weight? Why am I always tired? And then there is presence of ketone in the urine. I had mentioned it when you have glucose in your urine, and then you also, ketone is about, it's a ketone body in the urine, then it has a kind of smell. So when you perceive any smell at all in your urine that is not the normal urine, ammonia, the urine contain ammonia. If it's not the normal ammonia urine cell, abnormal cell, go find out, please. Go find out. Don't keep anything for too late. And then you have blurred vision. You're tired. Your body is not getting access to energy. You have blurry vision. You sometimes you feel dizzy, and you need help. Just hold me. I'm feeling dizzy and all that. Please don't leave it at that. Go to your medical care center and find out what is wrong with you. And then infections, because there's high blood sugar in your blood, any wound gets infected more, and then there's vaginal infection as well. Then the last and not the least is that when you have a wound, it bleeds for more than, the wound keeps fresh and bleeds for more than normal because of the high sugar. The concentration of sugar in the blood is not normal. So one tends to bleed more if you're diabetic or if you have high blood sugar. So those are the symptoms of type 2 diabetes.
Wow. Thank you so much. That's so detailed. So you've told us that the risk factors, what the predisposing factors,
Yeah.
BMI that is high, race, family history, living a sedentary lifestyle, unhealthy eating, gestational diabetes, or health conditions can predispose somebody, and that the symptoms we must not neglect are frequent urination, unexplained weight loss or weight gain, extreme hunger, blurry vision, extreme fatigue, dizziness, infection, wounds that do not heal fast. Wow. So please, for every 40+ woman or anyone listening, it's important you list these things, because sometimes we may see these things and not connect the dots. And it's important. Information is supposed to prosper us. So if you write it down, you may be able to, maybe sometimes you go through it and you can connect the dots, that what I'm going through, can it be? And we are to take appropriate action to quickly go to the hospital and see the doctor, so that we get the appropriate care. So now, what are the dangers of undiagnosed diabetes? Because these things, people may be experiencing them for long and they do nothing. So can you let us know the dangers of undiagnosed diabetes?
Thank you very much, Apostle. I love that you went to that direction, because I should have mentioned it when I was talking about symptoms. Undiagnosed diabetes is a situation where you are actually diabetic, but you don't know it because you're not showing any symptoms. And that is a big danger zone. Danger zone in the sense that you can only fight what you know. You can't fight what you don't know that you even have. I'm making steps to regulate my blood sugar because I know that I have been diagnosed with diabetes, but there are millions of people globally that are living with diabetes and they don't know. So you eat normally like somebody who do not have diabetes. You can take sugar, but you're diabetic because you don't know. You're feeding the diabetes. And how dangerous can that be? That's very dangerous. Most times you see people just abruptly get into coma and they do not wake up.
Wow.
That's diabetic coma. And I'll quickly tell you a story. My elder brother, who lives in the US, has been pre-diabetic. There's a condition we call pre-diabetes. And he's done everything that he needed to do, but he didn't know he had become diabetic. And so he drove himself and his family from where he lived to New York for a conference. And once he got into the hotel room, they checked in, and he needed something, room service, and he ordered for room service. The room service came. The last thing he remembered was that he opened the door and carried the food from the room service, opened the door and took part of it, and the room service came in and he fell. He went into diabetic coma. Huge, tall man, big. And he was taken to hospital on ambulance. That was where the diagnosis was made. Wow. Was he in the hotel room alone? What would have been the outcome? So most of the deaths, things that we hear about and you think, oh, it could be this. Actually, it could be undiagnosed diabetes. Undiagnosed diabetes leads to kidney failure. Diabetes leads to kidney failure, but undiagnosed diabetes leads to kidney failure even more because you don't know it and you're feeding it and it's harming your kidney. So it's a big danger zone. And that's why we say, know the risk factors and check out your diabetes type 2 risk and go to your doctor. Discuss it and start now. Act early. So that's about undiagnosed diabetes, but it's different from pre-diabetes. Pre-diabetes is a condition where you are not diabetic because we have normal diabetic reading, blood sugar reading, which is from 4 to 6 is normal. 6 to 7 is normal, but is the high normal. Okay. So if your blood sugar reading is from 6, between 6 and 7, you are classed as pre-diabetes. You're not diabetic. Your blood sugar is normal, but it's high normal. So what that says is if you don't do anything about it, very soon you cross the line and you become diabetic, 7 and above. But most of the people, I've had a lot of people come to me at pre-diabetes. I have a woman, I just finished her mentoring. She came, she's already hypertensive. She has arthritic conditions. Her husband is diabetic and hypertensive. So she doesn't want anymore. And she was told, you are in danger zone. You're pre-diabetes. And we started, she came heartbroken and we started with her. Now we finished our program. It was a 60-day program. We had finished our program. Her problem now is that some days her blood sugar will go to 3.9, which is lower than normal, just slightly lower than normal. And then she calls and said, it's 3.9. I say, wow. So we just do things to make sure she's up to 4, rather than doing things to make sure that she doesn't become diabetic. And that's a good example of one who very early, as soon as she knew she was pre-diabetes, she took the action. So every 40+ woman, this is the time to check out whatever it is and go deal with it as soon as possible.
Wow.
So that's about pre-diabetes.
So you were going to tell us more about the dangers. Kidney failure.
Yeah.
Also lead to heart disease.
Yes.
Arthritis, hypertension, and all these things. They are strange bedfellows. They go together. They
go together. That they are called complications of type 2 diabetes. Complications of type 2 diabetes. So for the fact that the blood sugar has not been what it should be for a long time. So to manage it, to try, do everything you can do, whether on medication or by lifestyle changes like me, or by insulin, whatever you can do to keep it within that normal window. If it's not within that normal window for a long time, it begins to affect other organs in your body. Your vision is called diabetic retinopathy. For me, that is diabetic. My vision is checked once a year. Thorough check of the nerves, of everything, optic nerves in my eyes, behind my eyes, everything, to make sure that the signs of diabetic retinopathy doesn't start.
So does it mean it can cause blindness if it's not checked?
Definitely. Yes, ma'am. It does. Amputation. Most of the amputation you see is as a result of long-term diabetes, complications of diabetes. You know, when someone has a wound and the wound does not heal because the person is diabetic. And I had earlier mentioned that there is increased infection and that wound becomes infected and the wound increases rather than healing. So it causes, that's a large area. That's a topic for another day.
Okay.
So it leads to amputation.
Thank you so much. Now let's look at what are the preventive measures and effective management of diabetes.
Thank you, Apostle. I love this because this is where you empower yourself. I love a situation where you are not under, you're above any life challenge.
Mm.
And knowing the things, that's why my platform, I call it Diabetes Know and Tell. Knowing is a big part of winning.
And to know is not a death sentence.
And to know is not a death sentence. Look at me, for 7 years, I'm not even on medication yet. So if I can change and turn around my lifestyle after being diagnosed, then you can do much more now that you're not diagnosed. So let's quickly run down. This is very important for every 40+ woman and every woman out there. Preventive measures. You know, when we talked about the predisposing factors, the first thing we mentioned was your weight, overweight. So number one, first on the list of preventive measures is to regulate your body weight. Lose weight. And this is where I feel it's important for me to engage your eyes. We learn more by what we see than
Can
by
you
what
hold
we
it up a bit? So the light, yeah. Lose weight, okay.
Thank you. Lose weight. So at this point, I felt I needed to engage our eyes. If you don't take anything home today, take home these preventive measures. And that's why I felt you need to see it. So number one here is lose weight. Research has told us that if you can only lose even 5% of your body weight, just 5% of your body weight, it makes you many times possible of not being diagnosed with diabetes. Just 5%. And then you can imagine what happens. Now, based on this losing of body weight, it can delay or completely remove the diagnosis. I want to tell you a quick story. I was diagnosed at weight 84 kilograms when I was diagnosed 7 years ago. I've never been on the big side, but my BMI was very high because I'm not on the tall side. And so in 6 months, I was able, just by lifestyle changes only, I was not on medication, I was not on anything. Lifestyle changes, in 6 months, I reduced my weight from 84 kilograms to 72 kilograms. And I went for my first review, and my diagnosis had been reversed. And I've been able, by the grace of God, to maintain my weight within 71, 72, 73 for 7 years. This morning I weighed myself, I was 71 kilograms on the weight this morning. So by losing weight, that singular factor of losing weight has helped me to be able to regulate my blood sugar after diagnosis. How much more for you who has not been diagnosed? So the first one, like we said, is lose weight and keep that weight off. Sometimes it's not easy to lose weight, but sometimes it's easier to lose weight than to maintain the healthy weight. So in my lifestyle club, we try to help people lose weight. We also try to help them. In my lifestyle club, I just try to repeat for people what I have done. That's why I say I am an experience-based lifestyle coach. I try to repeat what has worked for me. I've read, I've sought information, but the practical thing that has worked for me is what I try to replicate. Lose weight and maintain that weight. So now number 2 is move more. Move.
Can you raise
more.
it up a bit? The light.
Are we seeing it?
Not really. It's very. Raise it up a bit.
Can we see?
Move more. Bring it down a bit. Good. Move more, you said.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay. So that's our number 2. Move more. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Don't stop moving. Some of you who know me, you see me on Facebook jumping up and down. Some people can say, what is wrong with this lady? Because I just want to move and use up those blood sugar.
Okay.
We are not created to be sedentary beings. That's not how God created us. When God, in time of creation, from the beginning of creation, there was no car, no horses, no bicycle, nothing. It's these feet that God gave to us and gave us plenty of land. He said, occupy. With your leg, move left, right, center, north, east, west, and to take all the beauty that God created is with your legs. But yeah, technology has brought us to where we are. So we still have to remember that God gave us legs to move.
Wow. Lose weight, move more.
Yeah.
Are those your action plans?
Those are not my action plans. These are the preventive measures. These are the things you do.
Preventive measures. Okay.
Yeah, these are the things you do.
Okay.
So now you at least you move 30 minutes of low intensity exercise 5 days a week, and that's 150 minutes in a week. You can start with that.
Okay.
You can break the 30 minutes into 2. You can say, I'll do 15 minutes in the morning, then 15 minutes in the evening, or whatever that suits you. There is no one style fits all about it. Just whatever that fits you, you go ahead with it, but move more. And one thing I would say about moving more is get exercise buddies, get people, get friends, get family who will do that with you.
Okay.
A tree does not make a forest. Most times we do end of year resolution, and by February, March, it's all gone.
Exactly.
Because we make it and it's our own, it's our individual resolution, and we try to do it on ourselves. But right now, 40+ woman, get a friend, get somebody who wants to lose weight like you. Get a family member who wants to do that walk with you, or do the jogging or the cycling or the swimming or the gardening or whatever. There are many activities you can do. Get on with it. Get a friend. The day you're tired, your friend helps you up. The day your friend is tired, you help them up. So that's it. Now, eat healthily. Let's quickly run down this. Eat healthily. Eat healthily. So in this, eat healthily is a very big topic. What you eat matter. How much of it that you eat, when you eat, how you eat, and what you snack with. 5 of them. What you eat, how much you eat, when you eat, how you eat, and what you snack with. So time will not allow me to go into this individually, what you have to eat. But all that I have to say is 2 things that I will show us, because I said I was going to engage our eyes, is this plate. Apostle, can you see this plate?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Okay, so now this plate tells me that half of my plate is all vegetable. Can you see it from there, Apostle?
Yes,
half of my plate is all vegetable. So this helps me on how much I eat. Now see the only portion that has to be carb. Time will not allow me to talk about what kind of carbs, what kind of carbohydrate. It's not every carbohydrate that comes in here. What kind? And then here is your protein. What kind of protein? More, less fatty, fish, poultry, rather than fatty meat and all that. So if vegetable
and cow leg.
Cow leg, shaki, those things that we make a mixture of all of them, we're just increasing the tendency of being diagnosed. So this plate helped me at the time of my diagnosis, and I now produce mine. And
you produce your plate?
Yeah, mine is coming. Mine is on the way coming from the producers, because I use it for my mentoring.
Okay.
And yeah, I use a lot of it, and I say, why should I be buying to use? So I started making mine. Mine is coming, although mine has Embrace Your Health around it. So mine is in the making. But anyway, because we're having this talk today, I have to bring the one that I've been using. I use it for my mentees and the people going through my program.
So the whole of the half of the plate should have vegetables.
Vegetables.
While some of us take a mountain of rice and a little meat, that's wrong eating.
That's wrong eating. That's wrong eating. And that's why today I have this before me. So
the things you can fill up that space.
Yes, with all kinds of vegetables that you have. And if vegetable is 50% of your plate, then vegetable is your food. So you have to change the orientation that, we think about rice, yam is the food, and vegetable is the condiment, is the small thing that we just put on top of it. No, vegetable is the main food. And these are the complements. The carbohydrate is what you add on. The chicken is what you add on. In your head, in your mentality, vegetable is the food. And what this plate has done for me is that this plate is in my head. No matter where I go to, even if I don't have this plate and I pick up a plate to dish my food, I see this on my plate. So today, before we go beyond this, I'm going to give the 40+ woman 5 plates, 5 of these plates as I come back to.
Wow, thank you so much.
So I owe you 5 of these plates. And once mine is ready, which it will soon be ready, I'll have avenues in Nigeria to make it available to people to buy.
Wow.
It helps. It really helps me. So that's about food. So there's a lot about food, what you eat. And then drink more water. Drink more water. Drink more water. Water helps you to rehydrate your body, make the cells to be very active. There is no replacement to water. Run away from fizzy drinks. Apostle, you have your water very close to you.
Yeah, I was just I was just corroborating what you're saying. I always have this jug, even on my broadcasts, to just sip water.
That's amazing. You're a woman that lives by example, and I'm really proud of you. Yes.
Thank you.
So that's beautiful. You drink water. Before I was diagnosed, you drink at least 8 glasses of water
in a day.
8 glasses of water. You don't, for me, I gulp water. Once I put water in my mouth, you see, I've just drank half glass. I can't sip. But some people can sip. So you just sip your water. Just keep it going. Just keep it going. And one thing that before I was diagnosed, I hated water. I loved fizzy drinks. I could take, I won't call the name of the particular one. I was addicted to it. I was hooked to it. I never knew that will come in my life where I will stay for years without putting that thing in my mouth. I never knew. So if I can change my lifestyle,
anybody
can do it.
Precisely.
You can do it.
Wow, so we're almost out of time.
Oh my goodness. Fine. Let's round up.
So you said lose weight, move more, eat healthy. What else do you have on that?
Drink water, adequate sleep. I'm not going to expatiate on that. Adequate sleep, quality sleep, quantity sleep. Distress your life. Stress is a silent killer. Distress your life. Write the things that stress you up and write how you can make them just reduce the stress in your life. and then health check.
Health check.
Health check. Annual health check. The day I was diagnosed, I had no symptoms. I didn't know I was ill. I didn't know. I went for annual health check, and the doctor said, your cholesterol is high up there, your blood sugar is in the red, your weight is, your BMI is over the board. We are admitting you today. You are not leaving this hospital. I went for annual health check.
Wow.
I was diagnosed with diabetes. I wasn't feeling sick. So this annual health check is a must do. We ladies love to spend money on handbags, we spend money on our shoes, we can buy anything for ourselves. But when it comes to spending money on your health, I'm a health coach. I know how difficult it is. So you get to reduce your price to make sure that people come in and benefit with. Health is the new wealth. You cannot enjoy those pleasures if you're not healthy.
I tell you, your birthday present to yourself should be a medical checkup. Your birthday present to yourself should be a medical checkup, not any other thing.
Yeah.
Gift to yourself. Wow. Adequate sleep, distress, regular health check. Thank you so much. So much. We've learned so much today. And you're just going to give us your final thoughts by telling us your action points.
Yeah.
So what are the action points? Can you just run through them? What are the action?
So I have act now and keep acting. So it's a continuous thing. It's not a today thing. Oh, we've heard about diabetes today, I'm going to act on it. Yes, act on it and keep acting on it.
Act now and keep acting.
Yes. So my actions points for everyone is, please do this for me and for you. When you get back home, today after our talk, or latest by tomorrow, take a page 1 and write everything out of what our discussion has been this evening. What are the things that I'm doing that are not right by my lifestyle? What are the things I'm doing that are not right? The big ones, the small ones, the tiny ones, just write them. Just keep writing. Just keep writing. I don't sleep early. I go to bed by 1 a.m. and I wake up by 3, 4. Just keep writing them. I don't drink much water. I take fizzy drinks. Just keep writing them. And then you go to another page and you write, what are the things I want to do? I want to start drinking water. I want to start exercising more. I want to just write the things you want to do. Don't bother whether you can do it or not. Just write the things you want to do. We now have 2 pages. And the 3rd page is the connection page. That is what connects page 1 to page 2. That's what connects the present me to the future me. That is action. So to be able to drink water, I want to do this, I want to do that. Time failed, there is no time. I wanted to show us the things that I do or I did to help me drink more water. So I want to do this or do that to help me drink more water. I want to drink more, eat more vegetables. I'm going to get this plate that can help me eat more vegetables. I'm going to do this and do that. List them, and then begin to take those little steps and actions. Ask questions where you need help. Ask for help. Look for lifestyle or clubs around you and get connected to them, whether online or physically, that will help you achieve these things that you have written. And that's it for today, Apostle.
Oh, thank you so much.
I've really enjoyed talking to us about that.
Yes, thank you so much. So before we go, like we are doing now on the 40+ Woman, we're giving platform, we're lending this platform to those who have things to share with us that will be beneficial. And if you're somebody out there, you've got something to share that you know will be beneficial, please send me an email, transformationsbj@gmail.com, transformation with an S, transformationsbj@gmail.com. We'll look at it. I'm bringing in somebody next month who is going to be talking to us on parenting. She just wrote a book So if you have a book you've written, you want to share with women, you have an idea, a vision, or we'll even be taking some other organizations. So we're going to be seeing more of that. So we want to know, how do we connect with you? You've spoken about being a health coach. So let's say somebody is watching out there who has been diagnosed, who has a bad medical report and is looking for help. Do you have a platform where you help people and maybe they pay a fee? Do you have an email, or how do we connect in order to enroll in your coaching session? Because of course, this is a platform that will be paid, I believe. People who want to get your help, how do we connect with you? Do you have a Facebook page that we can
Yeah.
DM you? Let's have your details so people can connect with you.
So I'm on Facebook under Diabetes Know and Tell. Know,
This is no answer.
N, Tell. Know, N, Tell. So Diabetes Know and Tell on Facebook, on Instagram. And I have a website, diabetesknowandtell.com. www.diabetesknowandtell.
Diabetesknowandtell.com.
.com. That's my website. Or simply search for Joy Inobi on Facebook. That's my private, and then you can private message me and tell me it's about diabetes, and I'll connect you on the Diabetes Know and Tell. So it's from my Diabetes Know and Tell that I form the clubs. And one thing about the clubs, we can form a club for you and your friends. We can form, if you know the people you love to do things with, and you people agree to run a lifestyle, healthy lifestyle club, we set up a club for you, for 5 of you. I will be there. And then we do things together until it becomes our lifestyle. It takes 60 days to change, to form a habit. So we try to form the new habit of being healthy. So that's what we do. We can form, for you and your friends, 5 to 10 people in a group. That's what we try to do. That's how you can get me.
Oh, great. So Diabetes Know and Tell. The and is an N. Is
Yeah.
on Facebook. She's got www.diabetesknowandtell.com.
Yeah.
You can message her on Facebook and on Instagram if you need help with your health. She's going to coach you. And of course, you should be ready because it's a paid platform. We have to spend money in order to be healthy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Joy Hilby, Mrs. Joy
I should be
Hilby
saying thank you to you. I've loved this. I've loved this. If you want me to talk,
and I'm sure
call me on diabetes, and that's
no
it.
problem. Thank you so much. I'm sure so many people will watch this later. We'll also try to upload it to our YouTube page, Busola Jegede on YouTube, and put snippets on 40 plus Instagram. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Apostle.
I was looking for people to, somebody, Faye says, God bless you, Mas, for bringing this topic to us. So many people are appreciating. We really don't have questions. I don't see any questions here. So I'm assuming you've been very expository, very explanatory, that we are all blessed. Talking about the 40 plus woman prevention and effective management of diabetes. Thank you so much, Joy Hilby, and look forward to another platform where we would glean from your wealth of experience. Do have a lovely, lovely, lovely evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate.
All right. To all the 40 plus women out there, we have been talking with Joy Hilby. She's the founder of Diabetes Know and Tell. She is located in Aberdeen. She joined us from Aberdeen, Scotland today to share with us deep insights. And I'll just quickly go over some of those things that Joy Hilby has shared with us today. She said there are risk factors that predispose people to diabetes: BMI, high BMI, race, family history, sedentary lifestyle, unhealthy eating, gestational diabetes, meaning somebody who had diabetes when they were pregnant. And that's an indication, and other health conditions. She also mentioned the symptoms of diabetes to be frequent urination, unexplained weight loss, or it could even be a unexplained weight gain, extreme hunger, extreme fatigue, dizziness, blurry vision, infection, and a wound that does not heal, and it could also lead to blindness. And she's given us um, she listed some things for us here to take note of, what we need to do: lose weight, move more, eat healthy, drink more water, have adequate sleep, distress your life. And she also said we should make sure that at least once a year we do a health check. And then she says our action points, our immediate takeaway immediately after this broadcast is for us to write on a page on a paper, what are those things I'm doing wrong right now? I don't sleep well, I take fizzy drink. Write those things down, everything we're doing wrong. And then on another sheet of paper, we should write the things we're supposed to be doing right. Where do we want to? I want to stop taking fizzy drinks. I want to eat well. And then the third one will be, how do I do it? How do I get there? What are the action points? Do I join a group? Do I start exercising? And of course, she has a platform where she can help people who need coaching, because not everybody needs medication. Some people with the right mentoring, like she has done for 7 years, she has not taken medication. Wow, wow, what a fulfilling session we've had tonight. And to every 40+ woman out there, uh, in addition to your faith, you have to take care of your health, especially knowing that at this period, all sorts of negligences we've had in youths can rear up their head. So let us pay attention to all that has been said today. Yes, and so on that note, we're going to draw the curtains on today's 40+ woman with Busola Jegede. My name is Busola Jegede. It's been a pleasure being with you, and we say big thank you to Joy Hilby for being with us from Aberdeen, Scotland. And let's look forward to the next
Well,
out. Thank you so much, Joy. Thank you.
you're welcome, Apostle Tegede. Thank you.
So next we're having with us Tochi Okpara, who will be talking to us about parenting in the 21st century. So watch out for the session with Tochi Okpara. And like I said, if you've written a book, if you're a coach, you want to come to the 40+ woman, you please send me an email or WhatsApp me. We have a way to bring you on so that we can share your knowledge on all the broadcasts, and people can be blessed by your very vision. Thank you so much, everyone. Do have a lovely evening. This is where I
Thank
sign
you,
off
Apostle.
the 40+ woman.
Woman.
So
40+
for every
woman.
40+ woman out there, please live a healthy life. Don't live a sedentary lifestyle. We've heard it all from our darling sister who shared with us today. And I want you all to know you can live long if you take charge of your life. So 40+ woman, do have a wonderful time as we sing our anthem, even as we are signing out. We want to sing our anthem right now. La, la, la. Your life is beautiful. Of the strength of our own dread men. Arise and shine the light. Without the darkness, the world will see your light. You are a champion. That's who you are. 40+ woman. You can surely change your world. 40+ woman.
40 plus woman, you make them more, you're more than me, never you be paid. 40 plus woman, you're made for more, you're more than me. No, no, don't you feel like